Hi guys, here's Rage and welcome back. Today we're gonna talk about one of the free pilot they just gave us, and that is the old, gracious, handsome, and the guy who definitely never betrayed anyone, Quattro Bajeena. Okay, so right off the bat, you see here that his stats seems like a pretty mediocre stats. Like you see here, like on the range is 565, awaken 540, right? So let's get compared to every single pilot in the game that goes with the range stat. He's kind of low here. I think it's even lower than, yeah, it's even lower than Quattro. Oh, wait, Quattro and Quattro. Okay, he's even lower than Quattro, and it doesn't seems like a pretty good stats, but there's more to this guy. Okay, first of all, I just gonna SP 100 this guy because why not? I like the guy. He's such a you see that glasses, man. You see that glasses, like this. He's awesome. Okay, he learned something, isn't he? Okay, anyway, jokes aside. Okay, when we get to SP 100 him, he got increased to range to 660 and awakened to 632. So range and awaken is it's an okay stats. Actually, kind of balanced on both, but a little bit focused on range. You can see that he actually got increased range and increased awaken and reaction by 15% and range actually by 5%, which, funnily enough, still put him higher on the range than awaken stats. Okay, the thing that is actually really working for him is the support type bonus damage. So this one, whenever you do a support attack or counter attack support, you're gonna increase by attack by 15%, and that is actually gonna put his stats much higher than it looks like. It's gonna put him around 700 something compared to a lot of other supports here. You can see that no, it's not even support here. Even compared to Asuna, like Asuna, does she have the AU tag? So she gonna be like slightly higher than Asuna if she's not piloting an AU unit. But then again, Asuna is a UR. Okay, basically his stat is similar to Asuna, but the difference is that when it's going with Ayuk pilot, then Asuna gonna be stronger than Char. I mean Quattro Bajeena. So it does actually put him higher than the likes of Shin Asuka, and Shin is likely focusing more on the awaken, and Daryl is, yeah, gonna put him around Daryl rifle. I think around at higher than Daryl by 600 times like 15, gonna put him in 90, so 660. So you're gonna put him around 750. So that's even higher than Kira Yamato. So the things about this is that when you are going with a very generic double Zeta unit, which a lot of these supports won't have additional, damage to it, then Quattro can comfortably sit higher than them. But if you compare him with the likes of Asuna or maybe Shiroko doesn't have a good range, right? Shiroko is awakened. So if you compare to Asuna, then it's gonna make him like weaker than Asuna because Asuna have the 15% for Ayuk. Okay, so there's that. Additional thing that's about Quattro is, of course, he has a 2 support attack, and that is really good. And compared to Double Zeta, has a lot of units. One of them is, of course, the ever great Zeta Gundam 3 P2. I always call it P3, apparently it's not P3, right? But while this one is more to awaken stats, which Quattro is not really great at. I mean, it's okay. He's pretty nice. Awaken start like 632, you have 15% out of 550, you're gonna make him a 70, so you're gonna make him around 700 something. I still go to the 700 range, and it's pretty good on that. But I do think personally I would rather put him in a more to the range support. For example, of course, the brand new full armor Gundam Mark III, which is insanely strong. Like for an SSR, is very strong. And the other options, of course, the standard Mark II, which is okay. It has a very good attack as well. And then you can go with the Zeta Gundam 3, which is pretty good as well. The Zeta Gundam series is pretty good, huh? Zero Shiki itself is also quite nice support actually. But it has go with the better one, go with the kick and the beam rifle, so that's that. Wait, does the Zeta actually range? Yeah, range. It's Hyper Mega Launcher is range, right? And then you can go with his signature unit, the Hyakushiki, though I don't think Hyakushiki is any good. We can talk about it tomorrow. And then the other Hyakushiki, which is a pretty strong unit on its own, and he might actually go better with this one compared to the other Hyakushiki. Zeta is also an option for support, but Zeta has a lower damage output. Yeah, so his options is not that bad, to be honest. He does have plenty options, especially for this case, his best would be the Mark III Gundam with full armor. Okay. Then after that, we're gonna go with the ability, which he increased range by 15%, which again, this value is pretty good compared to what we usually have. With this active, we're gonna put him around 700 something, and that is strong, especially if his counter attack is active. Then he's gonna get like around a level of 800 kind of power level. So compared to Asuna again, it's really of course we're gonna compare him to Asuna because Asuna is the closest one with him in terms of stats and also units. The strong units. So Asuna gonna have like equal to like 15% damage, right? Not attack. So that's gonna put her like around like 800 something level. And the problem is Asuna doesn't have the increase ability. So early games, Asuna gonna be greater than Quattro when piloting the same unit. But at late game, Quattro gonna get pretty comparable to Asuna if we go with the ranged unit and also with this ability, like the range boost. So Quattro Bajeena, I do think this is actually pretty good unit. The stats doesn't really represent him at first unless you start to digging on this kind of abilities and his skill, and then you're gonna start looking. Oh yeah, it's pretty good actually. It's pretty good actually. Basically, because unless you run more than 3 turns, basically you're gonna have like him around 700 because we definitely gonna turn this on. The accuracy and evasion is depending on the situation, but yeah, if you want more accurate, of course accuracy evasion, but if you want more damage, I'm gonna go with the range. So my final verdict is like Quattro Bajeena is great. I kind of like him a lot, to be honest. And as a support with 2 support attack, not bad. I don't recommend you to go to SP 100 him unless you really like the character, right? Because basically he's not as strong as many, but for me, because we really lack supports of characters from Zeta series and Double Zeta series, any good Zeta stuff, I'm gonna take it, right? Because yeah, we really need something more. We need more for Zeta and Double Zeta, guys. Ayuk and Titans is really underrepresented, especially Ayuk. AUG is like should be more represented in this case, and I do hope in the future they're gonna do that. Okay, so that's all for me. Let me know what you think about Quattro Bajeena. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you again next time. Bye bye.